We need enough knowledge. Part of the reasons why assimilation of knowledge is pretty slow in Africa is because of education level. If we have a lot of people who are educated, assimilation of certain technologies will be very easy for us.
There is something we call the Hesberg two-factor theory, right? So the Hesberg two-factor theory talks about two types of factors that causes people to change, or that makes you understand whether people are even happy with their role or they are not.
It's the Insights Room again, and we are back. Thanks for all of the subscription, for all the likes and the shares. And for those of us who have dropped comments on our past videos and our past episodes, we say a big thank you to all of you. For those who are very much regular on the StratIQ Consult YouTube channel, you know very well that we bring you two podcasts regularly. We bring you the Girls in Analytics podcast, which is hosted by Adwasa Pumainti Amwa, and the Insight Room, which is hosted by yours faithfully, Nana Kwame Obeng. We're here again with another exciting episode. I'm doing this with John Kings for Misa. John.
Chief.
How are you?
Charlie Adeko.
Very well. So today we're discussing something which is very much within our domain.
Okay.
HR analytics. It brings a lot of questions, a lot of memories, a lot of thoughts in our minds. I mean, I don't know. Have you ever worked in a space in a company where probably like within a space of like 3 months, everyone suddenly resigns, people just keep leaving, and the HR is trying to figure out what is happening?
Yeah.
And some of those things. Yeah. I mean, our HRs end up doing intuitive stuff, trying to figure out, they'll be calling you inside.
Yeah.
Come and tell me, come and give me inside information, one man thing. No. I mean, analytics can actually solve some of these things.
Yeah.
A simple exit interview, a simple data collection process can actually give you information on why employees are leaving your company. It can even give you information on the kind of person you need to hire. But what's your general overview of the HR analytics space in the country? How good are we doing, or how bad are we doing?
Okay, Charlie, thank you. So I think for the HR role in Ghana, I don't know, but it's kind of more of like an administrative work. So I remember there is this company, I didn't really stay long over there. The HR person actually didn't even come in as an HR person. The person came in as an admin person, doing office admin stuff. And then at a point, it was like, oh, if you are doing admin, then HR, no.
So those who can buy watch it,
HR. Those who buy the office tissues and make sure that there is Gary in the office, or there is this, there's pen, there are markers, there are this in the office. Then it's like the transition from administrative then to HR. Good.
When National Service will come, they become HR assistants.
Exactly. So those people actually lose touch on the fundamentals of even HR. As in HR being the nerve of a company, HR being a strategic position. Because like Peter Drucker said, anything that cannot be measured cannot be quantified. It cannot be better. Like you can't better it. And because you ask yourself, what are the KPIs for an HR person? How do you measure that an HR person is doing well? Yes. Is it because
they never actually have
KPIs?
Yeah, they never actually have KPIs.
Oh, well. Because, the question is, if they are doing administrative work, how are you going to measure?
KPI for your company's HR?
Okay. Now, with HR analytics, there are metrics. And there are things that we can use to judge and measure the performance.
Of an HR.
And then you can better, because if you can't measure something, you can't better it. So by measuring it, you can be able to better. That's where HR analytics come in. But those HR just doing administrative jobs, it's like you can't really... They're going up and down doesn't make them best worker.
Yeah, they sign leave and they check if you're wearing slippers or not.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
and then they move to the girl, say your dress. But that's literally not HR. HR is more than that.
On the conversation on KPIs, I think it brings up a lot of thoughts about how we can actually make our roles better. But even before we get to making the roles better, acquiring the role in the first place.
Okay.
HRs always want to hire. In the hiring process, I'm sure HR analytics can actually be deployed. Exactly. What are some of the ways by which you think we can deploy HR analytics and get the work done properly?
Yes. So in the field of analytics, there are many things that have been deployed to make work easier. And I quite remember I was listening to one CEO who was saying that for him, the company is in Ghana, I just want to mention the name, And to also add some small light to it, the CEO has already created his own AI. And yes, his own African trained AI. The AI understands the African terrain, the Ghanaian culture, even can bring out tree and Ga things. So shout out to him though. But yeah, so he says that for him, when it comes to recruitment, there is no human being that goes to say that, okay, 60 people have sent their CVs. So you are going to check through all the 60 people.
Very difficult.
And then out of the 60, it's like a funnel. So then you sieve it to, okay, let's take best 30. Then best 30 will come and write aptitude test. Then after best 30, then we go to like best 10. Then best 10 will come for interview. Then from the interview, they do something plenty.
Even science and math quiz is not difficult like that.
Before you realize that, Charlie, it's like a month or two is gone. And that is pure productive time. So he said for him, there is this AI model that he uses. There's an AI application that even interviews you. So once you send all your CVs and everything, right? I think the previous podcast we spoke about AI and other things.
Yes.
Once CVs are shared, the AI takes all the CVs. The AI does a thorough analysis of all the CVs.
Yes.
And gives you a
short
proper
list. Yeah.
remark. This falls under this and this. Then you see it according to your preference. Okay, I need these people and not these people. I need these people maybe based on demographics or based on skill or based on this. Then it's quarters, and then at the end, the AI itself does the interview. Yes, the AI itself. For instance, I was learning a course on Azure cloud architecture stuff, and then at the end of every course, I speak to an AI, and the AI analyzes my work. Be like, okay, answer this question. What is this? Then this. What is that? And then at the end of the day, the AI gives me my score that, I've done well. And even if I say something and maybe I don't even understand, the AI explains it, and there is no human being, and that is how recruitment is being modernized now.
I mean, with the introduction of systems that use ATS in CV reviews, I think reviewing CVs have become very, very easy. I mean, now ATS systems use keywords. So, for instance, if I want to hire someone, and in my role description, which I've put out, I've actually put out that I want, I've stated the role specifications and said that I want someone who has proficiency in this, proficiency in that, maybe Microsoft Office, maybe can code in Python, and all of those things. The ATS system can actually scan through all of the CVs that have been provided and then create a short list. By scanning through, it is checking for the keywords in the role specifications. If you do have those keywords in your CV. So if you do have them, it will shortlist you for an interview. If you don't, it doesn't even shortlist you. And then it assigns scores. It assigns scores to the percentage of match.
Exactly.
So this person matches
this
your specification more than that person.
Exactly.
So you can probably set a threshold and say, okay, so I only interview people who match up to 70%. Then, ATS and other AI models have made the work very simple.
But now I do know something interesting. People don't know the benefit of quickly replacing someone. If someone is to change from a company, why do I need to have a recruitment process that does things very quickly, and then I get a new person on board, and then I fill the role ASAP? But they don't know that is also helping the company cut down costs.
Operational cost is cut down.
Yes.
Productivity,
delay, time lost, everything. And even you're able to get the best fit who will come and will barely make mistakes.
Yeah. They'll literally fit the role perfectly.
Exactly.
Because, but speaking about churn, I mentioned that I'm sure we've all encountered it. I have, where a company within a space of, let's say, a year, we had literally everyone leaving. Literally everyone. And the HR was confused. We are wondering, are we not paying them well enough? Is there something that is happening? Are the line managers not doing their duties? Are they? It was a whole long conversation. But HR analytics has a means of solving this. It has a means of, even if it doesn't solve, it has a means of giving you insights to what the actual problem is
happening. Exactly.
How does HR analytics do that?
Great. So in HR analytics, this is just for educational purpose. There is something we call the Hesberg two-factor theory, right? So the Hesberg two-factor theory talks about two types of factors that causes people to change, or that makes you understand whether people are even happy with their role or they are not. The first factor is what we call the hygienic factor, and then we have the motivational factor. Now, the hygienic factor is where the salary and things. People think that employees are more money driven. Give them, increase their salary, and then they'll do their
I
work.
mean, most employers do
Yes,
think that. Yeah.
increase their salary and they'll do their work. So usually when there is a problem, the first place they go and check is, oh, are we paying them well?
Yeah.
But you see, there's another factor called a motivational factor.
I mean, when you complain about something relating to your role, the next thing is
a salary. Maybe
we
you're
want
not
to add
being paid
something.
well.
Yeah, want to add something to your salary.
So maybe they want to increase your salary. But you'll be amazed that after running a thorough analysis, right, you are going to understand that it is barely even about salary. It's about motivational factors. What are the motivational factors? Motivational factors are the factors that people know. Some people have money. Like some people, their salary is enough. Like they're not really moved by their salary. But what they want to move on is a career. They want to have a career path. You can be in a company and the role that you filled when you enter the company is the same role that you will be 10 years later, 15 years later.
Yeah.
There is no career path for you. And it's like you are stuck. And some people feel stuck in life. And that is what most employees don't know. So this person who feels stuck in life, if you keep increasing salary, it's still because men are wired to be achievers. That they want to achieve something. I can't enter in as a clerk or as an account manager. And for 10, 15 years, I'm still an account manager.
I mean, after 2 years, if you are still at the same role,
it's problematic.
Yeah.
Yes.
You start asking questions about the system. Is the system meant for me? Is it going to help me to build my career path properly? That's when they start finding ways and means to apply for masters and things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how come you realize that some people want to leave. Why? Because they've seen another career and there's opportunity for growth. That I can become this and then I can move there and I can move here. So that's the person's sort of self-actualizing itself. Like I want to become this, and from this I become a manager, I become a senior manager, I become a C-level person, I become a CEO, something. But it's like everybody feels like it is salary. So what HR analytics does is that HR analytics takes all the data in the company from training data, because employees are supposed to be trained. According to labor, you cannot sack an employee if you've not trained them. So every employee is entitled for training. So employees need to be trained, and when they are trained, there needs to be a data for it. That I trained this person on this skill, this was his output, this was how much I spent. You need to have also bio data about your employees. Know about their relationship, their marriage life. They have 2 kids, they have this, they have that. Then you know their performance. You need to have their performance data. So there's so many data that as an HR you can accumulate for yourself. And then once you get that data, you do your thorough analysis. Maybe the person is not performing this month because the child has been sick, or the child has been diagnosed, or the wife has traveled outside Ghana, and that is why he's not performing.
Right.
As an HR personnel, you see all those loopholes. You ask yourself, this person used to perform right after training. His KPIs, he hits all targets, he increased in levels of volume, revenues, everything. But then in between June, July, August, it's like he's dipping. But you should be concerned, because I said earlier on that HR is a strategic role.
Yeah.
Not a tactical role. So as an HR, you should be concerned that no, the company's goal is to make 2 million this year. But now this guy, who is our top performer, is now declining. What could be? Is it salary? No. Is it relationship? No. Maybe it's because of where he's living. Now he has moved to another place, and then he's being stressed and other things. So that is how HR analytics, some people think it's nothing, but trust me, it is what it is.
It's a very key part of every organization structure.
Yeah.
Another thing that I know HR analytics can actually do for you is it can even help the HR to identify which of the areas that he needs to train the staff on.
Exactly.
So probably you have staff who are into sales. In the sales process, the sales process involves a lot of things. It involves communication, it involves pitching, it involves
even the attitude of
everything.
sales.
So you collect data, you find out where your staff are falling short, and then you can actually, it will help you to know that, okay, so it means I probably need to train them on how to do a sales pitch.
Exactly.
And how to pitch the right way. I mean, it's all part of the conversations that HR analytics can actually help you get. But as usual, I generally think our Ghanaian society, our Ghanaian corporate space, our Ghanaian organizations are not at a stage where they need to, at the stage where they're embracing analytics the right way, especially HR.
Yeah.
HR is one of the simplest places where you need to actually embrace analytics
and implement it.
Implement it very well. But I don't see that's the timelines. I would give us 5 to 10 years.
I think I would agree on that.
Yeah, 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Ghanaian companies don't even know about 8-year systems.
Yeah.
There are some who still do internal vacancy. Yeah, in 2026. Yeah, they do internal vacancy. They don't look at who I'm going to hire. They don't even advertise roles properly because the fear of not getting the right person. So and that's because they don't even have analytics tools get to hire the right
to
person.
get the right
So
person.
they are looking to hire internally, which is not bad anyway.
At all.
It's not bad anyway, but yeah, they rely too much on it sometimes, and it's a problem. But that's it. That's our episode on HR analytics. Genuinely, how long do you think we are? How far do you think we are as a country? Should our labor laws include something
On
which would
HR
actually
analytics.
Hold HRs down to actually deploy a certain level of analytics in their work?
What I'm thinking is, at first, those HRs who are just doing administrative stuff should kind of upskill, right? And now know that HR is not just admin. There are other things into it. Once they get to that level, we add analytics to it. And I'm looking forward that maybe there'll be a law, because StratIQ, what we also do is we do a lot of HR analytics training.
Yes.
I think this month, or in the month of April, we are going to run a free analytics training on HR. One of the days in April. I think the date is going to come out shortly. It's just a teaser to let people understand the context of HR analytics and how best it can fit and help an organization. So for government level, I feel like there should be an implementation from the top. Like I always say, if anything will be well implemented, it needs to come from the top. Analytics should be something that should be in every domain, every industry, every vertical, and it's supposed to be implemented by someone. There has to be a policy on it, and that policy must be ensured and enforced. So once that is done, I'm sure all these HR certified companies and all these HR companies are also going to push that, and then they're going to include data into their work. And I think Ghana and Africa will advance eventually. Yeah.
Very well.
This on a lighter note, I heard from one prophet that some few years to come, Africa is going to be depended on by the whole world. Yes.
Let's wrap it up.
The reason why I'm saying that is I feel like Africa is going to now leap forward once we adopt all these AI, analytics, everything, and we'll become so well and we'll develop to
And you
the
think
extent-
when you leap forward and you adapt to those things, the people who you adapted from, they don't know.
we have the resources. So once we get all this knowledge, we can better use our resources and become better. And then the Western world will now start depending on us.
We need enough knowledge. Part of the reasons why assimilation of knowledge is pretty slow in Africa is because of education levels. If we have a lot of people who are educated, assimilation of certain technologies will be very easy for us. We will not have people who still prophesy
We'll get
against
there.
AI.
We are getting there.
So until we get there, we are not there yet. Let's stop prophesying about stuff like that. That's our episode on HR analytics. And this is the StratIQ podcast, hosted by myself, Nana Kwame Obin. I did this with John Kingsford. I'll see you next time. Stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel. Drop a like on this post. Leave a comment for us and share this video so your friend can also see it. We're out.